Well, hello there, my fellow rushers. How you doing today? King Rexy here, and we're gonna do a little bit of a particular challenge in Legends of Kingdoms that I've been thinking about for a while, and the challenge is pretty simple. Can you beat any of the adventures, Unga Bunga style? Now, what is an Unga Bunga style, you may ask? Well, we basically have to use melee attacks and melee heroes. Now, what are the rules of this challenge? Well, they're pretty simple. Rule number 1. We can only use melee characters. In this case, our options are Geralt, Rexon, Bravebark, the Knight, Barbarian, Dark Knight, or Cleaver, Sasquatch, and I'm gonna allow the Sylvan Elf just because he can use melee attacks as well. Now, rule number 2. Any ability that has over 1 hex range is not allowed unless it's controllable. So, for example, Shield of Retribution. It has a range of 3, but we can still use it on ourselves or to any ally that's adjacent to us. But if they're any further away from that, we're not allowed to use it. But something like Rally, because Rally doesn't really have a controllable range, since it can affect units from 2 hexes away. And since we can't control it, Rally is gonna be banned, which kinda sucks. Same thing goes for Martyr's Prayer, but you know what, I'll leave in Martyr's Prayer, but it's not gonna be very important. You're gonna see why in a bit. Rule number 3, because I'm a masochist, we're doing this flawlessly, meaning that we cannot take any HP damage whatsoever. If we do take HP damage, we have to reset the combat encounter, not the adventure, because otherwise this is gonna take way too long. Now, which adventure are we gonna be trying? Well, an extra-dimensional menace is completely and utterly out of the question for one simple reason. Flareons, and all the burn damage. Wild Moon, we have to worry about the Nightshades and the Enchantress, so that's a no. Plus the Warlock can reduce our armor to 0 with 1 attack, so yeah. And you might be thinking Krumtag's Dominion is gonna be easier, but trust me, it isn't. It ain't that easy, especially because of the Shamans, who have a range of 4 and can heal others. So we're gonna be doing it on Stormcloud's Winter. And of course we're doing it on normal difficulty, because why not? Now I have to mention something real quick before we start. NPCs, aka bonus units, do not count towards the flawless run. So for example, if we get a footman and he takes HP damage, it's not gonna count. Which is very nice, because we're gonna need this. And yeah, without any further ado, let's find out if we can beat Stormcloud's Winter the good old Unga Bunga way. So the early game wasn't all that bad, because we managed to get call for reinforcements very, very early. And that's probably one of the best things we can get, because if you beat this combat encounter, one of your party members is gonna get +1 damage, and that's gonna be very huge for what we're going for. And yeah, we also get the footmen, which are always appreciated, because, you know, they can hit enemies, they do a little bit of damage, they can tank, and they also have a stunning attack. Even though it has a very long cooldown, being able to stun an enemy for an entire turn can be quite handy, especially with your Cleaver. Which, by the way, we didn't really manage to get a lot of epic effects here, but yeah. The first combat encounter, not too bad, so let's see how it plays out. And just like that, pretty easy. And also, would you look at that, Gerald got +1 damage, so the next encounter should be a piece of cake, right? Right. Well, let's see, what do we get? What's it gonna be? Oh no! No, we got 2 winter wolves. You already know what that means. We have to rely on RNG, and we already screwed it up, so yeah, we're trying this again. Okay, attempt number 2. Let's see if we're gonna do any better this time. Okay, we one-shotted one of them. That's good. Come on now. We can pull it off, right? Yes, we can. Indeed. Okay, well, the encounter is over. GG's. The Winter Wolves are dead because this one is gonna die to the bleed next turn. And yeah, there's not much to say about this one, so let's just watch it. Alright, he finally stopped running. The troll accepted his fate, and he ditched. Alright, looking good so far. Not too shabby, I would say. It could have been a lot worse. Much, much worse. But don't worry, it's going to get a lot worse because I've already played this. And yeah, let's see, we have some random events, so hopefully we're gonna get something Gucci out of those. We got Gerald invigorated, that's very big. And here, to catch a Sasquatch, we should get some gold, I believe. Yep, 30. And we can also level up Gerald. And since he got +1 damage, now he's gonna do quite a bit. He's gonna do between 6 to 8, which is pretty decent. And we also get a Lonesome Camper, who unfortunately is the Zapper, so we can't take him even if we wanted to. Now, let's see what awaits us behind door number 1 only. Hopefully it's gonna be something a little bit easier than the last one, because the 2 Winter Wolves were annoying. Ah! 3 Winter Wolves now, you gotta be kidding me. So now we have to rely on even more RNG. And yeah, I'm not gonna say much. All I'm gonna say is this attempt was a failure. Alongside many more. Because this thing took, I kid you not, over 20 minutes. Over 20 minutes! Over 20 minutes just for this! Because of 3 Winter Wolves. And the main problem is, they have 6 HP, so we can't one-shot them with everything we got. We have to use specific abilities. But to top it all off, they also have, I believe, 25% chance to dodge any melee attack, including Gerald's Glorious Swipe, which is a problem, because now we have RNG in the mix, and we have 3 of these units. Plus they also have 3 hex worth of movement, so we can't outrun them. And yeah, this was a pain in the butt, so I'm just gonna showcase a few of the failed attempts.
Bring it on! Here I come! My turn. Blade is thirsty.
Okay, eventually we finally got it. Took us so long enough. Those were very tedious 20 minutes, so hopefully we don't get a bad Arglam encounter, because there are 3 encounters that you can get there. And one of them, I believe, has 3 Yetis, so hopefully we're not gonna get this one. And thankfully we don't. Instead we get the Arglams in, which is probably the easiest one out of the bunch. Like, there really isn't all that much strategy to it when you look at it. All you have to worry about is the two troll champions. As long as you can take care of them, you're Gucci. Also, we're not gonna talk about how I died on the first attempt. That never happened, okay? And yeah, we managed to get through this one relatively easy. Okay, we're done here. Now let's see what the Arglam has to offer. Oh my. 2 armor repair kits alongside invigoration potion. Now that's a big buy right there. Because now we can increase the armor of our units. So we're gonna give one to Gerald. So he has 6 armor, which is very good. And we're gonna give one, I believe... Yeah, let's give it to the Orc Cleaver. I was thinking about giving it to Gerald again, but I feel like the Orc Cleaver is gonna utilize this armor quite a bit, so there you go. Now, that's very good, because Gerald with 6 armor, that means that he can consistently tank the double attack from the Troll Champion. And he shouldn't really take any HP damage against, what would you call it, Troll Breakers, unless they're of course in range. In this case, we may have to do something else. Also, what do we get from Flying Axis? Invigoration again, nice! Gerald is reinvigorated. Now, can we get anything from the abandoned camp, please? Alright, XP, we take those, not bad. But here, we get the Wandering Troll, and you already know what I'm gonna do. Well, I can't give him the money, but instead I'm gonna give him food. And that's really good, because look at that. Even more armor. Now Gerald has +2 armor. So in total he has 8 armor at level 3, which is ridiculous. And the Dark Knight has +1 extra armor as well, which, I mean, it's alright. We're probably not gonna get him to level 3, so having that 1 extra armor is definitely gonna be handy. Now we can't do much here, so rip. And anyway, let's see. Oh no, not the Living Snow. One of our units is exhausted. Don't worry, we have an energy potion. So, let's see what the next combat encounter is gonna look like. Please, do not be tedious. Do not be tedious. Do not be tedious. That's all I ask of you. Why are you gonna give me this bullshit? Look at this. Not only do we have 2 abominations, we also have a priest, 3 Troll Champions, and to top it all off, there's also an Exalted in the mix. This encounter alone took over 30 minutes. 30 minutes of my life that I will never get back, because this encounter decided to show up right when I'm doing a pure melee challenge. This is really bad, but technically we do have a chance of winning, because the sorcerer can summon an elemental. The elemental can stun and tank for a couple turns and can distract the Exalted and the priest, so maybe there is a slim chance of winning. Let's just say you need a lot of luck. I'm not gonna bother explaining how I did it, I'm just gonna let the winning attempt play off, because I am not willing to show up all the 50+ attempts that I took on this. Yay, we finally won. All it took was for me to lose my sanity. So now let's see, where are we gonna get the priest encounter with the obelisk? Is this what's gonna happen? I wonder. Are we gonna get any more cancer than we already have? Oh! Actually, never mind. This is super easy. Yeah, this encounter really wasn't all that bad. Nothing to mention about it, honestly. If anything, that was the easiest one out of the bunch. Because the only difficult part is getting to the 2 obelisks. As long as you can get one of the obelisks shut down, and you have someone to tank the troll breaker, you're pretty much Gucci. So yeah, we're gonna skip this one and just show you this. And yeah, there we go. Easy win. Nothing too difficult. And yeah, let's get the Orc Cleaver to level 3. I think he's gonna be the best option because of the Whirlwind Strike. Having some AoE is gonna be nice. And let's give him an Invigoration Potion because I feel like it's gonna be more useful on him. And in we go to the Stormcloud Temple Ruins, which is where the boss fight awaits us. And you may be thinking this one is gonna be close to impossible because we have a lot of things to worry about. Not only do we have 2 priests that we have to take care of pretty much on turn 1, we also have to worry about the crystals spawning in bad positions. Since we don't have any range, we have to get up and close to them. And if we have 2 crystals remaining, there's a 50-50 chance which crystal is gonna get struck. And if we're unfortunate enough to be close to one of the crystals that wasn't destroyed, it's gonna shoot at us, dealing between 1 to 3 magic damage. So armor is irrelevant here. And there's the Exultant, who is also a big pain in the butt. And yeah, there were many, and I mean many failed attempts on this one. And on the one attempt, which I managed to get to the second phase, I got super unlucky because look at that. The boss lives with 1 HP. 1 HP is what separated me from victory. And I had to suffer for another 20 minutes to get back here. Yeah, this one wasn't fun at all. So I'm not gonna try to commentate on the boss fight. Instead, I'm just gonna let my initial reaction play through as I did it. So yeah, let's pull it up right now. Okay, let's try this one more freaking time because I've been stuck here for over an hour without making any progress. This is giving me Primal Challenge PTSD and I don't like it. Come on, you stupid troll chieftain. I know he's not a chieftain, he is something else, but you know. The big troll, we gotta kill him at this point. Like, it's been so long since I've made any progress. I know it is possible. All we need is a little bit of RNG and some luck. So hopefully we're gonna pull it off because I'm very tired at this point and my eyes are hurting.
Smite the unholy.
Okay, this is somewhat of a decent position. I don't like how one of the crystals is slightly too far for my liking, but I think we can work around it. So, Gerald, take care of this Moaner. Moaner number 1 down. Moaner number 2. You know what? I'm gonna say screw it. Because we can move the Dark Knight down here. By moving him down here, he's gonna be too far away from this crystal on the top. And that should be far enough to be out of its attack range. So even if the wrong crystal gets struck, we should be Gucci. Yep. Okay, this one got struck, so that means we have to deal with an additional priest later on. Also, here you are, my love. How you been doing? You've been torturing me for the past hour. I hope you're enjoying yourself with that goofy smile of yours. Because you're not gonna be smiling for too long after I kill the boss. Okay. Let's think about our options. Gerald? Let's give him Shield of Retribution, actually. I don't know why. I just want to be sure, since this is a decent turn. So, having the Shield of Retribution on the Orc Cleaver might be beneficial later on. Hopefully it is. Maybe it's a complete waste of turn. Maybe I could have just used it on the Dark Knight, but honestly, I kind of have to move the Dark Knight away because he's literally 1 hex away from being attacked from the Priest. Which is very scary because we don't have a lot of kiting room up in here. Okay, there you go, without a little bit of damage. Now we have to hit him 2 more times, and then we have to burst him in the second phase. If we don't burst him on the first turn, we're just not winning at all. We're ditch. Okay, Gerald, you go here. That's like the best thing we can do. Orc Cleaver, let's put him in this position. I feel like it's a little bit better than the bottom one. And Dark Knight, just run. Run for your life. Run from the magic damage dealer. Okay, there we go. Now, thankfully, he's taking a little bit less damage. Do we actually have enough room? Actually, I'm slightly terrified because I don't know if we have enough room to move the Dark Knight away from the Priest. Maybe we do, but I guess we'll find out on the next turn. Oh boy, this is kinda scary because, yeah, I don't like how... Oh no, there's the other Priest. Where are you gonna spawn the crystals? Where are you gonna spawn the crystals? Ooh, that's a good position right there. Okay, let's think. I think I'm gonna move Gerald on the top. We have to be ready for the boss. We can't afford to take extra turns. We gotta burst the boss as soon as humanly possible.
Let me
Okay,
at 'em.
or Cleaver, you do this. Dark Knight. I think we have to RNG this, boys. Oh no, here's the 50-50 chance. 50-50 chance. Oh no, I hate RNG. Oh, okay, we're far enough from the priest. Now, all it comes down to is the 50-50 chance. Please, for the love of God, Blazing Jabberry Puff, strike the right crystal. No! No! Why? Why? Why you gotta do this to me? We're dead. We're so dead.
Here I come.
I wanna restart, but you know what? I'm gonna say fuck you. Take that middle finger up your nostril because we're doing something funky. Okay, Gerald, it's all on you, buddy. It's all or nothing. Shield of Retribution, activate. Or Cleaver, well, I need you to destroy this crystal right here. Dark Knight, I kinda have to move him 2 hexes, but if I move him 2 hexes, there's a chance that one of the trolls is gonna go after Gerald. But I think the AI is smart enough to target the Dark Knight. Please, AI, target the Dark Knight, because if you don't, I'm mentally gonna explode. Okay, there we go. We're gonna destroy the crystal. And now, come on, troll. Yes, it's targeting the Dark Knight. There you go. Now, you should tank the attack. There you go, the priest is done. And we should have enough armor to tank an attack from this guy. There we go. And the Exultant shouldn't be able to attack us because we're in range. He should summon tentacles. There you go! Into your second phase you go. Okay, skip the cutscene. I am so excited. Okay. See? Also see, Shield Retribution is helping out here. We didn't take any damage. I mean, it wasn't all that good, but still, it is what it is. So, let's see what we can do here. Can we do it? Can we pull it off? I think we have enough. Okay, Gerald, there you go. Glorious swipe. There you go. Whooping 12 damage. And then, Brutal Strike for the win! Finally! Over an hour later, we succeeded with this bullshit. I can't tell you how much mental pain I've suffered on this, man. This was probably one of the hardest things I've ever pulled off in Legends of Kingdom Rush. Now, please, old man, take me home, get me through this portal. I don't want to do this anymore. This challenge was so tedious. Please, get in there, Dark Knight, with your stubby legs. There you go. Succession has been achieved. And before you say anything, here are the end results. Would you look at that? 7 out of 7 combat encounters flawlessly done. There you go, bitches. We're done here. Jesus fucking Christ, we did it. There you go. It is possible in the end. Huh, who would have thought that going Unga Bunga on the enemies was the entire way to go. Although I won't recommend it unless you're a masochist like me in this game. So, yeah, that was fun. Even though it took over 2 hours, I am satisfied with myself because I managed to beat at least one of the adventures. I might end up trying Kroomtax Domain if you guys really want me to, but I don't guarantee. And yeah, well, with that out of the way, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future, and while you're at it, drop a like on the video. It means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next video. Until it comes, that was King Rexy, over and out.